Guerrilla warfare, it's not unfamiliar. Independent people without an auxiliary. While lots of violence reigns throughout our history, don't let bleeding Kansas remain just a mystery.
Let's start at the beginning in 1854, about 71 years after our first real war. We had a constitution, no more AOC, that's true. The government had power, yet trouble began to brew.
Slavery was a hot topic and many did not agree. States entered into the Union, we compromised Missouri, but that didn't last long though, not as time marched forward. Kansas and Nebraska want in, repeal the forward. The Kansas and Nebraska Acts were written into law, a new rule for state sovereignty, but there was one big flaw. The people were divided, abolitionists and not. They flooded into Kansas and then for the vote they fought.
A prelude to the Civil War, tensions just grew and grew. Kansas was now a battleground, border site, violent coup. The Immigrant Aid Company had hoped that Kansas would be free. They fought pro-slavery forces who had voted illegally.
Border ruffians soon showed up, pro-slavers intimidated, abolitionists full of fear, pro-slavery legislatives. There were many violent actions, Kansas was occupied, John Brown and his sons massacred, 5 pro-slavery men died.
The violence in Kansas had caught our nation's attention. Kansas was off to the Constitutional Convention, so many staged a boycott of the next big vote. Slavers would influence the choice, expansion.
The Lecompton Constitution would allow for Kansas slavery. It was rushed in for approval, no voting and no true bravery. Overwhelming opposition was what met this lack of choice. The people had no sovereignty, the people had no voice. Forward to 1858, Lecompton's back again. Free staters were allowed to vote, so this time it's in vain. Sporadic violence had not left, but it had eased a bit. Kansas joined us in 61, then the Civil War hit.
Although slavery is over, it's worthwhile to remember
violent conflicts such as these can split our nation's center.